Christmas has come early for UCLA fans, and Bob Chesney's already off and running as the new head coach. We're going to talk about it next here on the College Huddle. 87 independent podcasts from coast to coast, and you have slid into home base here on the College Huddle right here on YouTube. Do us a big favor if you don't mind, everybody. Smash that like button. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel. And, of course, let us know what you think about what we think down in the comments section below. Bob Chesney's taken over as the new head coach of the UCLA Bruins, and he is off and running. It didn't go so well for him over the weekend there in Eugene, Oregon for his James Madison Dukes. But hey, he got them there. They played. They fought hard to the end. And so that should be something that he should be commended for. And now he just took a quick flight back south and is in his new home in beautiful Los Angeles, California. Hence the beautiful little background there, Hollywood, the little tip of the hat to Chesney's new home in UCLA. And he got a major victory in just the first days on the job. Huge victory in keeping quarterback Nico. You know, I give him credit for this. And Nico is a good quarterback. Um, he's not been a great quarterback, but Bob is going to need him in order to establish what he needs to be established in year number one in rebuilding that program. If he can get the UCLA Bruins to a bowl game in year number one, that's got to be considered a win, does it not? I think it does, right? I mean, it's been a while since UCLA has been to a bowl game. And when you take over a new program such as Chesney has in UCLA, who hasn't been to a bowl game in a while, I think that's like the benchmark, right? The first hurdle that needs to be won is getting to a bowl game. It was 2023, right? So the last year of Chip Kelly, they got them to the LA Bowl in that last season. So it's been a couple years. They need to get back to that, right? UCLA to me, is the type of football program that personally, year in and year out, should, like, 6-6 should be like the basement. That shouldn't be the floor. That's the basement for this program. Given the talent that is in Southern California, in your backyard, given the ability to come there to UCLA and get a really great education, should be very appealing to a lot of young athletes. And now you got a charismatic coach who I think can give the right message. And he obviously did exactly that to Nico. He delivered the right message that Nico needed to hear in order to stay there. Now, I'm not naive to think that if Nico would have decided that he was going to go out and jump in the transfer portal, there's a lot of really good quarterbacks in the transfer portal. And given how things went for him this past season, how things went for him when he left Tennessee, and the reputation that he now has that's following him, I don't think he would get a ton of NIL action out of the transfer portal. But I think he is in the perfect situation for himself to do very well moving forward, both for himself and in establishing what Bob Chesney is going to need him to establish in year number one. So there's that line of thinking, I think, from Nico and his camp, in that, hey, what better situation are you going to get? You don't want to ruin your reputation any more than it already was when you left Knoxville, Tennessee. Don't want to lose another pay cut in NIL, right? Let's stay put and let's be a part of year number 1 of the Bob Chesney rebuild at UCLA, right? That makes sense. So I get it. I think it's a good move on everybody's part, but it was definitely the first win for Chesney as head coach at UCLA, was keeping him there in-house and in the program. Now, let's talk a little bit about what he has done early on here. He's had more wins, if you will. And these maybe are a little bit less subtle, a little bit less newsworthy, um, but still incredibly important for him and the UCLA football program as they start year number 1 under Chesney. And that is, he brought in both of his trusted offensive and defensive coordinators with him. So Dean Kennedy, the offensive coordinator, and Colin Hitchler, the defensive coordinator, both follow him to UCLA from James Madison. So he has an established, proven scheme on both sides of the football. He doesn't have to worry about. He doesn't have to question. He doesn't have to go out and interview people for and spend time developing an identity on one side of the ball or both. He's already got that. And so he can spend his time doing other more critical things, such as building the culture, recruiting, getting his name out there with the high school football coaches in Southern California. These are the things he's going to have to do that takes time, effort, and resources that if he was spending on going out and interviewing coaches and bringing them in and having those meetings and establishing what the playbook's going to look like for the foreseeable future with these individuals, he doesn't have to worry about any of that now. And so that is so critical for him that he got those guys to follow him from James Madison to LA. Massive, massive win for him. So, couple big wins for Bob Chesney right off the bat for UCLA. He gets Nico to stay. He brings his coordinators with him. Just massive moments for him and this program. And early grades, if you will, from those who are connected with the program, those who talk about the program, write about the program on a daily basis. Early grades are things are really, really, really good under Bob Chesney so far for UCLA. So I think signs are pointing up. If you're a Bruin fan, you have to feel good about the way things are moving for you. You have to feel good about the future under Bob Chesney. Can he get this team to 6 wins? Can they get to a bowl game in 2026? That's the question. I think that's the benchmark in year number 1. That's the goal. Hey, let's go 2-3 at least in our non-conference. Let's go 4-5 in the conference. Let's get to 6-6. And let's go bowling. Let's go win a 7th game. Let's build on this program. Beyond that, recruiting, obviously. Let's get better at recruiting. Let's go get some of the hometown talent, the homegrown people. Let's interject some enthusiasm back into this program locally. Let's get things moving for UCLA once again, because it's been rather stagnant since about the middle part of the era when Chip Kelly was there. Things became very stagnant for UCLA, and maybe one might argue even before that. So I think he's getting great grades right off the bat. But I want to know what you all think, Bruin fans. So far, what grade would you give Bob Chesney? Is it a big deal that Nico is staying? Do you like that? Or would you have said, you know what, rather we just cut ties with the kid? I would love to know your thoughts on that as well. Sorry I haven't been around the last couple days here. My wife had a medical emergency, and so we've been in the hospital for the last couple days. She's doing great, though. So all is well there. So we'll be returning with more daily content for you here on the College Huddle. So make sure you're subscribed, ring the bell, get notified, stay locked in. Enjoy your holiday season. Merry Christmas, everyone.